Hello, Halifax. Welcome back to another episode of Cody's Corner. My name is Cody Haddad. I am the Town Administrator in Halifax. It's been a little while, but I'm glad to be back. We look to do Cody's Corner more on a quarterly basis now that you know me a little bit more. You know what's going on in town. So today I have a full agenda to go over with everyone. This is really the idea of this, once again, is to give you an idea of what's going on in town, some events coming up, how we've been operating efficiently within the departments, and also what to look forward to, what's happened over the past few months, and go from there. So first, I think it's important to touch upon, we have a special town meeting coming up on December 16th. It'll be at the Halifax Elementary School, 6 p.m. You can check in a little bit before that. We ask that you come in, get checked in, and then go to your seat so we can start at a timely manner and hopefully get you out of there not too long. Special town meeting should be relatively short. At this time, we're anticipating 2 articles. The first, which I'm sure many of you know about, is the MBTA zoning. This is a mandate that came down from the state that required communities that have an MBTA station either in the town or that abut the MBTA station to zone for multifamily housing. Effectively, what this means for Halifax is the state is requiring that the town zone for up to 750 units of additional housing. The key there is that it's only zoning, that these units may never be built. But regardless, the proposed bylaw can be found on the town's website. The Board of Selectmen did hold a public meeting on this in October with Representative Kathy Lenatra, Senator Michael Brady, assistants from the Old Colony Planning Council, really just trying to make sure that we are informing you as the voters so you can make an educated decision. And again, I think that's important to reiterate. It is up to the town of Halifax to decide whether to adopt this or not. We're bringing it to town meeting, which is really one of the purest democratic forms of government, and we are going to let you decide. So come out December 16th, make sure your voice is heard, and you can vote either for or against this proposed zoning bylaw. The other article anticipated to be on the town meeting is a citizen's petition. We received this petition prior to the closing of the warrant, and ultimately the warrant will go out to everybody, so you'll be able to review it. The warrant will be approved by the Board of Selectmen on November 19th. We're anticipating getting it out to the mail to all residents by the end of the month. What this warrant article requests is to amend the general bylaws within the town of Halifax and ultimately ban personal watercraft, so jet skis, surf jet watercrafts, and wet bike watercrafts from East and West Monpont ponds. There would be an exception for residents who could get a resident permit from the Halifax Police Department, and no personal watercraft would be allowed to operate between the hours of 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. So again, this is a citizen's petition article being proposed by over 100, signed and proposed by over 100 residents of the town. We will, it'll be in your warrant. And if there's questions at the town meeting, I highly encourage everybody to ask the petitioners here, as they can provide the information on this. Again, this is not something that the town has put forward through the Board of Selectmen or any official board or committee, rather a citizen's petition as required by Mass General Law, anything over 100 signatures to be put on the warrant. So you will see that. So that will be town meeting on December 16th. Another exciting event that we have going on in Halifax, December 14th, Holidays in Halifax. More details to come on our website, but obviously this will be an evening into the nighttime event. The exact hours are still being nailed down, but really just kudos to the Holidays in Halifax committee. They do a phenomenal job. It's a small group, but they really put on a great event. Many of you attend this event in the past years, and it always is a hit, so I look forward to seeing you all there again this year. We do have our Veterans Day ceremony planned for November 11th at 11 a.m. at the Halifax Town Hall. Steve Littlefield, our Veteran Services Agent, does an excellent job with this. He does an excellent job with everything that he does for the Veteran Services Department, but this is always an excellent event. If you drive by Town Hall, you will see all of the veteran banners being put up on the town green. Those will stay up through Veterans Day, and then after that, our highway department will be placing them around town. So you can definitely look forward to doing that. Again, kudos to Steve Littlefield. Another update that I'd like to share is our Council on Aging project is moving forward. So you may recall that we are working to build a new Council on Aging in Halifax. With that, the first step was getting an owner's project manager on board. Again, this is a requirement of Massachusetts general law. Any public building projects over $1.5 million, we have to get a project manager on board. We have secured that project manager. Collier's project managers was selected through a competitive bid process, and they will be overseeing the project for us. We anticipate getting bids out for an architect later in November, and hopefully awarding a contract for architecture and design sometime in early 2025. With that, the design takes, it can be somewhat of a lengthy process, but our goal is to break ground and start actual construction on the new Council on Aging by the end of the calendar year 2025. So that's really exciting. Halifax has been working at a new Council on Aging for 20 plus years, and we're really making some headway here. So we look forward to hearing that, and I'll make sure I keep you all updated on the status of that through these Cody's Corner. One other way of making sure you're staying updated with what's going on in town is we have a new town newsletter, monthly newsletter. An intern with the Board of Selectmen and myself, Eva Chapman, has been doing an excellent job of putting together this newsletter. I recommend that you check out this month's edition, and you will see many new faces in town. There's a segment that highlights some of the new employees. This includes Halifax Elementary School's new assistant principal and some new members of our public safety team. That can be found online on the town's website. Also, you can find printed copies in person at any of the town buildings. So the Council on Aging, the Town Hall, the library. Feel free to pick up a copy and read that. Really can help to give you more of an inside look of some of the things going on in town. Another exciting update is it seems like we just finished the current fiscal year budget, but we're starting the next year's fiscal budget. So we're currently in fiscal year 2025. We're starting the fiscal year 2026 budget process. We kicked that off with a joint meeting of the Board of Selectmen and the Finance Committee. With that meeting, they approved a budget memorandum to go out to all of our departments. That memorandum has gone out and effectively guides departments on where they should be preparing their budgets, how they should be preparing those budgets. As we go through the process, the Finance Committee will be meeting probably starting in January and into February to review those budget requests and making sure that we can present a balanced budget to town meeting. With that, I'm sure many of you have heard the financial outlook in the town is going to be challenging for fiscal year 2026. Our revenues are anticipated to increase by less than 3%. This is primarily being driven by new growth is at lows over the last 10 years or so, which is any sort of new construction, alterations, additions to the tax levy is at an all-time low. Pair that with our local receipts are also not increasing at the rate that we've seen in the past few years. So local receipts includes things like meals tax, the local tax on marijuana, motor vehicle excise tax. That's also slowing down. And those are our main drivers, in addition to the 2.5% tax levy increase. We're seeing this overall increase anticipated for next year of less than 3%. That is paired with increases in our budget requests that are much higher than that. Particularly at our schools, the cost of special education is really high in some of these contracted services. So we will work through the budget process, our financial team, our finance committee, to make sure that we present a balanced budget to town meeting in May, and also a budget that prioritizes high quality service to the community. Touching on the financial aspect of things, I want to highlight a few grant awards that we've received in the past few months. The first is approximately $220,000 the town has received for energy efficiency measures. This includes HVAC upgrades at the town hall, weatherization of several other buildings, some HVAC upgrades at the police station. The next one is a $50,000 grant for decarbonization study at the Halifax Elementary School. The key to this grant is it will open up opportunities for us to apply for further grant funding that could fund the actual HVAC work at the elementary school. So once we have this done, it'll open up opportunities in the future, which is excellent. Our fire department was able to secure a $2,700 grant for our emergency management department for supplies and services there. And then we also recently received a $25,000 grant from the Taunton River Stewardship Council, which will fund the investigation on the status of two stump brook culverts at Elm and Furnace Streets in Halifax. And These are key locations in the long-term restoration efforts for migratory fish, aquatic life, healthy stream flow in the Setauket River and the Stump Brook watershed. So earlier in this year, the Board of Selectmen reinstituted the River Herring Committee, formerly the Air Life Restoration Committee. This committee is tasked with making sure that the migration of river herring are able to go all the way up the river through obstructions, and this is part of that goal, is to clear that up. So very excited for that, and I thank everyone involved in those grants, not only in the application process, but also the project management. It can be a lot of work, so kudos to the team throughout the town. As I mentioned, we got several energy efficiency grants. So on the energy topic, I think it's great to mention that the town of Halifax is being recognized statewide as one of the leaders in energy reduction. So since the town became a green community, the town has reduced its overall energy usage by over 20% in all of its town facilities. That is a huge accomplishment for the town, and everyone should really be proud of the work that we've done. And a lot of that was through efforts of this team and the staff, but also through a lot of the grant funding that we received through Green Communities, which totals almost $1 million for those energy efficiency measures. But also, I think it's important to note, a lot of these energy efficiency measures were projects that the town would have had to fund through its capital plan, through free cash, through appropriation at town meetings. So while we're also reducing energy through these grants, we're also subsidizing things that the town would also have to be paying for, which is a win-win for everybody. The energy topic, you also will notice that there is a few new EV charging stations at the library and Hops Playground parking lot. And I just want to reiterate, these were funded entirely through incentives through National Grid and by the installer. The town did not have to pay a single dollar for these. These are fast level 3 chargers. If you have a fully electric vehicle, they'll charge 3/4 of your battery within 45 minutes to an hour, which is incredibly fast. Compare that to a level 2 charger, which is what most people have at their home. You see a lot of these level 2 chargers throughout communities. It could take 10 to 12 hours to accomplish that same filling of the battery. So this is a great service to the community. We're waiting for the utility to hook them up so they're actually powered up. When that's done, there'll be a fee that is charged to use these chargers per kilowatt hour. The town will assess basically the cost of our electricity and then some other costs such as maintenance and repair warranty plans, and then charge that to the users. So it's a no cost to the town, but really high quality, good service to the community. So it was really a no-brainer for us to move forward with that. The Board of Selectmen has been busy on several projects and initiatives. I don't want to spend all day going over these. You can certainly watch some of the Board of Selectmen meetings to highlight them. But a few of them that I think are important and of note is the board adopted its 2024-2025 goals. These center on maintaining strong fiscal health, long-range strategic planning, providing high-quality service to the community, and improving communication and transparency with the public. So we've done several things to make sure that we're being as transparent and communicating with the public as possible. We have the online Halifax Community Forum, which I encourage people to continue to utilize. If you have a question about something in town, whether it's how something is a budget item, the status of an ongoing project, whatever it may be, I really recommend that you go to Halifax, found on our website, ask the question and we will answer it for you. It's fact-based and you're getting the actual information. The town does not have a presence on Facebook or other social media platforms other than just getting information out. We don't engage actively in those. So if you're looking to ask questions and actively engage with the town and get factual information, please go to the Halifax website. You're also more than welcome to call any of our departments, email any of our departments to acquire that factual information. The other project that was really exciting that the board has been working on is appointing our government study committee. So through our general bylaws, some of the recommendations from the state has been to look at our structure of government, our form of government in Halifax, and just make some updates and changes. 2 reasons, primarily so we're matching what current day practice is, but also we want to make sure we're operating as efficiently as possible for the community as a whole. Our government study committee has met. These meetings are public. They're posted on the website at least 2 days before the meeting, so you can get an idea of what the group will be talking about with their agenda. Primarily, are being held at the town hall. and they're going to discuss things operationally, form-wise, and make recommendations to the town as a whole to see if this is a direction that we want to go, again, just to make sure we're up to date and operating efficiently. And with that, the last thing I want to say is I really want to just commend a few people, particularly our town clerk, Susan Lawless, our assistant town clerk, Jennifer Carr, and all of our election staff, the poll workers. It really takes a village to pull off an election. This year was extraordinary, where we've had several elections, not only a local election, a state primary, we just had the presidential election. It's a lot of work, the early voting, not only through mail, but also in person. There's thousands and thousands of ballots, and our team here pulled it off flawless. And I hope that you had the same experience when you went out to vote. There may have been some lines, but other than that, there were no issues. Everything was efficient and effective. So kudos to them, kudos to all of the team and everything that goes on. This is kind of the trend in Halifax. The elections run smoothly, and that's certainly no coincidence. That's a result of our team. And lastly, I just want to thank Area 58 for continuing to cover all of our meetings in town, making them available to you as the community and the residents. Also for recording this show, making sure that we are providing that communication and transparency to the public. You'll notice that if you go on the YouTube page, the Halifax Community YouTube page, there's tons of different meetings from our Board of Selectmen, our Finance Committee, our Planning Board, our Zoning Board of Appeals. We really try to record these and put them out so they are available to you. And like I said, that's really all Area 58, so kudos to them. With that, I hope everybody has a great holiday season, a nice Thanksgiving, and whatever holiday you may celebrate, enjoy it. Spend the time with your family, and we look forward to seeing you on December 16th at the special town meeting. And with that, I will see you in 2025 with another episode of Cody's Corner. Thank you.